How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. So a while ago, not a while ago, actually only about 2 weeks ago, I noticed that there was a lot of buzz on YouTube about the new upgrade or new firmware upgrade coming from DJI through DJI Go 4, and a lot of people were curious what the new upgrade was about, and they thought that it might be including new restrictions. So I was just about to go out and fly, and I thought that I would check my firmware before I got out to the field, and it said, yeah, do a firmware update, and then since I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, it will take like an hour, and I think I got the new firmware update. So I noticed something interesting, and if you're one of these guys like me that sees that firmware update and you just hit update without reading the what's new portion of it, so let's take a look at it and see what it says now. First of all, there's an update that's going to update your no-fly zones. Update no-fly zone management. For increased safety, the flight is restricted to a height of 30 meters and a distance of 50 meters if not connected or logged into the app during your flight, including DJI Go 4 and all compatible apps. It appears that there are more restrictions that came with this firmware update. If you're like my buddy who flies with a tablet and does not have a Wi-Fi connection or cellular connection through the tablet, you're going to have to set up some kind of hotspot on your phone. Now, I personally have a phone provider that does not allow me to set up hotspot on my phone unless I pay the extra cost. So if you have a phone that will allow you to do a hotspot, you shouldn't have a problem. But if you're one of these guys that doesn't have a Wi-Fi connection to your tablet, if you fly with a tablet like me, this is going to restrict you. It seems like it to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but it seems like it to me that if you're not connected to the app, you're going to be restricted to 30 meters high and 50 meters distance. Whether or not that's a good thing, I can't argue on it right now. To be honest with you, when I read about all the other restrictions that were imposed by the FAA, registering your drone, I wasn't against that because guys can go out into Best Buy. I've never flown a drone before, and I've seen some videos on YouTube more recently that guys have been taking their drones up to 16,000 feet. So this will probably be, like it says, safer for the drone community. It'll probably prevent more restrictions from happening on drones because it restricts those guys to just walk into a Best Buy, buy a drone, never connected to the web, never update their firmware, and they just fly it around and do whatever with it. And I guess if it's not connected to the web, you can't really track what that drone is doing. You can't go in and I'm hoping that no one feels like they are not being monitored through the data that's being saved to your drone, or as much as you know that your drone can save your videos to your phone as you're flying, it can also be transmitting data on your locations and what you're doing to, let's say, the FAA. So if they have any issues or any problems, they could actually probably track you down. I'm just speculating. I'm giving you some big brother theory here, but I don't think that these things are as non-monitored or not monitored as we think. I mean, come on, guys. Somebody flew a drone into the White House lawn, which probably brought on a whole bunch of restrictions. And more recently, I was even reading something on one of my news apps that said that the Trump administration, I'll just say the current administration is trying to sign into legislation that you are allowed to shoot drones out of the air if you see them flying over your property. So there's a lot of stuff going on with drones right now. And DJI is probably trying to stay ahead of it so that it doesn't really kill their business, because if they don't put these restrictions out there, if they don't say, hey, we got to regulate you guys that are doing the bad, if they don't say, hey, we got to regulate the guys that are doing the wrong things, what's going to happen is more government restrictions are going to come down, which is going to kill sales, which is going to kill DJI. Only people that are going to be able to afford these things or actually able to fly these things are people who are going to be licensed. And I've talked to people who went out and got their Part 107. I'm the business guys. Getting the Part 107 isn't exactly cheap. I think that someone told me the test is about 150. It's not very easy to pass, and every time you fail it, you have to take another test with 150. Let's figure if you took that 3 times, you actually end up having to pay $350, whatever 150 times 3 is, I don't know, $475. Kind of drawing a blank right now, not good at math. But yeah, it keeps those restrictions down. So I'm not against it, but I guess the answer is there now. It's very clear. If you do not connect your drone to the web or to the app or to the server, you will not be able to fly more than 30 meters or 50 meters. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Leave some posts down below if you understand this rule, if you've done some research into it. This is new to me. Like I said, it is actually it's actually 250 on June 10th. So I just found out about it. Maybe there's some stuff already going on. Maybe some stuff already being talked about on the web about it. But I'm interested in knowing, What do you think about this restriction? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good thing? I know a lot of guys out there don't like to be restricting when it comes to guns, drones, and stuff like that. You feel like the government is overly restricting your rights and your privileges. But again, I've been in the hobby for a very long time. Even when it came to remote control helicopters, I've seen guys, the AMA requires that you follow specific rules. And I've seen guys, and these are pros, that will take a remote control helicopter up into the clouds to do an auto rotation, which we're trying to keep you from doing with a drone. So just thought I'd post that, guys, because I just found it. Again, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think about it. Tell me what you have read about it, and I can go look up more information. And I'll get back to you soon. I'll talk to you later. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the vlog. Talk to you later. Bye.